Why are so many black men voting for Donald Trump? Watch this. Are you tired of being defeated? Low self-esteem. Y'all know what time it is. Book a session.
The nature of this administration is good for us. Because of Trump's way, he is an anomaly. There's never been no president quite like Mr. Trump. There's something that he's doing. Trump is destroying every enemy that was an enemy of our rise. Who's the enemy of our rise? Is it the Department of Justice, where we get none? Is it Congress, where you make a law that favors us and then you turn around and destroy it? Is it the media that has destroyed every black leader that stood up for us? Martin Luther King suffered it. Malcolm suffered it. He's attacking the media, calls it fake news. We have been the victims of some fake news.
Yes.
He's beating up the FBI. Go at it, baby. Yeah. They've been beating the hell out of us.
There's a first for everything, and now I've been name dropped in a chart-topping rap song. Listen.
Well, shut up, Patriot J, Benny Johnson, Big Bongino, Alex Jones. Free my dogs and lock up the radical left gone crazy. I don't bail, I won't see inside a cell. Shut up, thugger, free my slime, slat, YSL. They tryna lock me up, but I'm plugged in ATL. Got homies doing life in jail, they living in hell. These DAs acting silly, my mugshot is worth a billy. So some merchant made a milli, shot me Millie out in Philly. Shot the baby, shot the Sosa, Benny Butcher, them my rollers. Called me racist, but these rappers riding with me, them my soldiers. Mega, 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 I am not who they are after. I'm just in the way they want to get to you, but I won't let them. Cold-hearted, no, I'm artist, getting back to where I started. I don't need to do the race, I'ma beat them.
Joe Biden, man, I'm voting for Trump.
Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Voting for Trump, the whole hood's for Trump. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump.
When men fail to lead, the children rebel and the women take over.
Cognitive dissonance is a condition that happens for a myriad of reasons. Many times in modern America, men and women often do one of the following. They deny the evidence. They become enraged when you present them with the evidence. They argue to ad hominem attacks, meaning they attack the messenger instead of the message. And they will fight you or flee because they cannot hear what you are saying. And conditions such as this, tied into cognitive dissonance, often happens to those that have or lack self-awareness. They stay in a perpetual cycle of arrested development, exhibited by this.
I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
To exclusively marry black men. We are in the middle of a crisis. Black men are in crisis. And anybody who denies that black men are in crisis is ignoring the data, the science, the research, the statistics. It is not a figment of your imagination that there are not enough eligible black men to marry.
It's been an honor serving with you all. Autobots, roll out. We roll.
Nanobots, transform.
She lie on them brothers, separate uncles and nephews and cousins and try to pin us against mothers.
How you a woman but ain't got a man for protection, but you undercover? How do you think that we suffer? Thought we were sisters and brothers. Now you get birthed in the gutter. When they rap, they the same ones that cut you. Be the same ones who yellin' they love you. Be the same ones who calling me nigga. After that, wanna say I'm his brother. Yeah, she lie on them brothers. 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 So all going on in your man, you don't get it. They using your women as splitters, then hitters. Put you in place and our family ruined. Target your boys, you don't see what they doing. We gotta beat them, you wanna join them, we just leave them. Your feminist feminism, more like treason. Politics, you don't even follow leaders. First is master, probably cause of your Jesus.
God is white. Isn't it obvious?
Well, that is obvious, but we don't know if it's obvious that God is white. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that Jesus did not have blonde hair and blue eyes. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the images of Jesus that are on prison walls and churches throughout the world are not historically correct, because history teaches us that Jesus was born in a region where the people had color. There's proof in the very Bible that you ask us to read in Revelation, 1st chapter, verse 14 and 15, that Jesus had hair like wool and feet the color of brass.
Just what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm proving to you that Jesus was not, and I might quote one of our Indian brothers, he was not a pale face.
This would have been a dick, you didn't believe it. You reap the benefits from your achievements. Penitentiary, all we get is deleted. But God on our side, baby, we gon' beat it. She lie on them brothers. She lie on them brothers.
I'm big on you, 'cause I'm the biggest, baddest.
Separate uncles and nephews and cousins and try to pin us against mothers. How you a woman but ain't got a man for protection, but you undercover? How do you think that we suffer? Thought we were sisters and brothers. Now you get birthed in the gutter. When they rap, they the same ones that cut you. Be the same ones who yellin' they love you. Be the same ones who calling me nigga. After that, wanna say I'm his brother. She lie on them brothers. 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 She lie on them brothers.
Breaking all these black men with what? And they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me fucking with rather rock and he hit me in my fucking face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just fucking watch. Y'all see that shit? Y'all see that shit? What y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man and fucking do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face.
Roll out. Transformer. 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 Roll out.
Ice in my palm, my girl, she know she the one. I put the ice on her hand, I put some ice on her arm. See me shining in the light, know you found me in the dark. Talking how you wanna leave, girl, you made this far. Taking trips overseas, no, I won't be long. We came up from the weeds, now it's top floor. All these big gets on her wrist, VVS is on her neck. Make it spin and I don't stress, when I make it stretch. Double back to back then, down broke, now we rich. Spend it on her, let her spin, down with me to the end. That my best friend, that my best friend, that my best friend. I'ma spend it on her, cause she all mine. Spend it on a challenge, cause she all mine. There for my first cake, then we hit on a cake. $500,000 on the way, then $1 million on the way. Eating good, full plates, eating good, say grace. Eat her up, get thanks, she got cake birthday. I can't waste no way, I can't waste no play. My girl, whoa, whoa, something like the baddest chick. My girl, whoa, whoa, came from the rags to rich. Hit the road running, I had to tell her I had to get it. She understood, but she spoiled, so when she get mad, she did. She do. All these big gets on her wrist, VVS is on her neck. Make it spin and I don't stress, when I make it stretch. Double back to back, then down Down broke, now we rich. Spend it on a let it spin. Down with me to the end. That my best friend. That my best friend. That my best friend. I'ma spend it on her cause she all mine. Spend it on a challenge cause she all mine. All these big gets on her wrist, VVS is on her neck. Make it spin it, don't stress. When I make it stretch. Double back to back then. Down broke, now we rich. Spend it on a let it spin. Down with me to the end. That my best friend. That my best friend. That my best friend. I'ma spend it on her cause she all mine. All these big gets on her wrist, VVS is on her neck. Make it spin it, don't stress. Spend it on a challenge cause she all mine. That my best friend. That my best friend. That my best friend.
When men fail to lead, the children rebel and the women take over.
Fire! Kosher clinician.
If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toast them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture, now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues, asking fathers who miss you. Mama drama don't kiss you, all a part of the ritual. This is how they get you. Separate the men, women clipping babies pretend to. Damn, lovers, haters acting like vultures. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen. Listen.
All right, guys, shout out to the 9 that are watching, guys. I'm not going to be before you guys long. I've been very busy with my practice. I'm trying to grow and trying to make money. And so shout out to the 9 that are watching. And I appreciate it, guys. But we're going to have a good show on tonight. We're going to always have a show. And we only got one in the house. But let's get these numbers up if we can, guys. Share the stream. Donate to the channel when you can. If you don't have any money, let's share the stream. But guys, the more things change, the more they remain the same. The more they change, the more they remain the same. And you might say, Kosher, what do you mean by that? Well, the 2024 election is right around the corner. And a lot of people are still struggling with a condition called cognitive dissonance. They are struggling with cognitive dissonance because they don't believe that the fat meat is greasy. 4 years of bad management, 4 years of the same horrible policies, and you're still going to have some people that are going to vote against their own interests. Now listen, I'm apolitical. I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I was a registered Democrat at one point. But since a few months ago, I'm unaffiliated because I don't really care for either. But here's the problem. Trump, even though he's a Republican, he's not a Republican. Because many in the Republican Party are rhinos. They're Republicans in name only. And here's the problem, guys, with many conservatives. They tend to minimize some of the struggles of systemic racism. And many of the liberals tend to over-victimize or over-pathologize black people and other minority groups. And the problem with this kind of thinking, guys, is that it's hard to find a middle ground. But here's the good news. Trump's policies are more symmetrical to finding the quality that we need as men especially, to have laws that are more or less consistent with what we believe in as men. There's an old cliche that states this, that when the people fail to lead, then the people suffer. When evil men lead, then the people suffer. Shout out to my man, The Wall Report, for showing love. Shout out to The Wall Report for the $8 super chat. And The Wall Report, guys, is the #1 sponsor of this stream. Shout out to The Wall Report. I appreciate The Wall Report, as you are the #1 sponsor of the stream.
It's the money.
And guys, I'm convinced that what once was a vibrant black community can't be saved in this current time. I'm convinced that it can't and it won't be saved because we continue to vote against ourselves and our own best interests instead of voting for policies that are consistent with our well-being. I had a conversation, guys, recently with a family member, and I tried to convey to them is that when you vote, you should vote for policies, not party. You should vote for policies that are consistent with perhaps what our ancestors would have voted for. The whole problem, guys, is this, that many assume or assert that our ancestors wanted us to vote just for the sake of voting, but that was never the case. Our ancestors not only wanted us to vote, but also our ancestors gave us the power to vote if the policies were not consistent with a traditional worldview. They gave us the power to vote, but also the power not to vote if those said policies were not consistent with a traditional worldview. And more likely than not, guys, traditionalism is a dying art form. And what we once had in the past, guys, no longer exists. Share the stream, guys. We won't get deep into it. Please share the stream. Let's get these likes up. Let's get this stream up. Because I'm going to show you guys the cognitive dissonance that so many are still dealing with as we try to form a more perfect union. Because once again, as Harriet Tubman said, she said, I could have freed a lot more if they did not already know that they were slaves. The sad thing is, guys, they don't know that they're still slaves. They don't know that they're still living in a muck and they're living in a mire. They don't know that the world is changing and the powers that be don't have their best interest. But here's the crazy thing, guys. Whether you agree with all of Louis Farrakhan's talking points, Farrakhan endorsed Donald Trump. Farrakhan endorsed Donald J. Trump. And I'm going to show it to you in a minute. But before we get into it, guys, get the likes up. Don't let the Wall Report be the only one that donated. But let's look at it from an educational perspective. What's going on? And why so many are beginning to open their eyes up and beginning to see Trump or Trump's policies as a viable option. And Trump is a politician. And all politicians are politicians. The word politic means to influence. So we got to be careful that we don't become, or more or less become, besmirched by Donald J. Trump. But this is what happens when you have those that are against traditionalism. They see you as a social iconoclast. They are strict intersectionalists. They see intersectionalism as a gateway or the loophole to oppression. They believe in anti-black male misandry. They see anything associated with black males or white men as misandry. They believe in social amalgamation. Amalgamation means to mix. And social amalgamation means you cannot have what's called freedom of thought or freedom of speech because it goes against the machine. They are anti-family and anti-black man. Anti-family and black man, especially groups like Black Lives Matters. They weaponize language against traditionalism. Many are ardent ethnists or feminists. They are anti-Christian. I'm talking about the true Christians, not the fake ones. They're anti-conservative values. Black people, by and large, are conservative. They're anti-order. They're anti-patriarchy. And they're anti-freedom of speech. And here's the problem, guys. Hit one if you don't believe it. If you believe it. But has there ever been a time when black men en masse have created policies to oppress black women at the macro level? Hit one. Because there is no evidence to the contrary. But these are the agents, guys, against traditionalism. These are the agents that don't believe in truth. And it's gotten to the point that Louis Farrakhan, guys, now has become an ally for Donald J. Trump, because at one point, whether you agree with Farrakhan 100% or not, Farrakhan is correct in his talking points and his endorsements. I might not agree with all of Farrakhan's theology, but I do agree with Farrakhan's masculinity and his traditionalism. And I respect the brother. And so, why is Farrakhan endorsing Donald J. Trump? Let's look at it in a minute. Why is Farrakhan endorsing Donald J. Trump? Why is he endorsing Trump? Because whether you once again disagree with Farrakhan's belief system, Farrakhan is a traditionalist. Like most black men, they're traditionalists. And guys, do me a favor, share this stream and donate to the channel, because doing these shows goes against the algorithm. When I do shows like this, they're not necessarily algorithm friendly. Doing traditional shows and doing shows supporting male support, it's not male friendly, so you don't get a lot of views. So share the stream if you like what I'm doing, and donate to the channel, please. Because as a content creator, it takes a lot of time to put this stuff together. Well, let me show it to you.
Is good for us. Because of Trump's way, he is an anomaly. There's never been no president quite like Mr. Trump. There's something that he's doing. Trump is destroying every enemy that was an enemy of our rise. Who's the enemy of our rise? Is it the Department of Justice, where we get none? Is it Congress, where you make a law that favors us and then you turn around and destroy it? Is it the media that has destroyed every...
And that's why so many black men resonate with Trump. That's why so many resonate with him. Because they've been through it, or they have been through similar situations themselves. That's why they resonate with Donald J. Trump, because black men have been through some of the same issues themselves. Now, in the past, I made a mistake and said, I said that Farrakhan was voting for Trump, but I meant to say he's endorsing Trump. And he's endorsing Trump because black men, by and large, are traditional. Most are traditional, especially Gen X black men. Shout out to my man Gregory Scotland for the $20 spot, as he's the #1 sponsor of the stream. Farrakhan said some years ago, took the position that he and black people should not look into one party. We must face it, there's a split between productive black men and black women with a handout. mentally and pro-blacks. Thank you, Brother Gregory Scott, and I appreciate it. I'm apolitical, Gregory. I don't care for either party. But I am pro-policy, and I do believe in the policies of Donald J. Trump. Could Donald J. Trump be a calm man? He could be, because he's a politician. But until I see anything to the contrary, I'm going to vote for policies that are consistent with traditional black masculinity and black families, because the current policies are destroying the black community and the black family. So shout out to Gregory Scotland, as he is the #1 sponsor of the stream. And guys, once again, these kind of streams, I don't know what's been going on with my streams lately, man. These numbers are low. I'm gonna have to make some evaluations at some point. But shout out to Gregory, as he's the #1 sponsor of the stream. And I appreciate it. Shout out to Gregory as the #1 sponsor. And Gregory, that's a deal.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
All right, hold on.
Black leader that stood up for us. Martin Luther King suffered it. Malcolm suffered it. He's attacking the media, calls it fake news. We have been the victims of some fake news.
And see, you know what, guys? People are so caught up. This man can say anything. This man, this president we have, can say anything, and you still have black people that will vote for him. Record inflation. Immigrants coming all into this country. And people cannot separate Trump from Trump's policies. They can't. Because once again, I'm neither pro-Trump, I'm neither Republican or Democrat. I don't care for either. Because both tend to minimize, or both tend to have, not to have a moderate worldview. But I'll say this. I can separate my feelings with having a logical opinion. And look at some of the comments. I love Farrakhan, but for real, Trump won't let him eat at the table. Silly stuff like this. But Joe Biden will let you eat at the table. This person said, yeah, and people don't like Trump, but what in the H has Biden done for our people? I'll wait. And right, he hasn't done anything. He's pushed more of the alphabet community than anybody. And they've used us as black people to push their own agenda. And they all say the same thing, that he's a lying con artist. Well, okay, let's say he is a lying con artist. Is he any worse than the current con artists we got in the White House? I just don't get some of these Negroes, man.
Beating up the FBI. Go at it, baby. Yeah. They've been beating the hell out of us ever since J. Edgar Hoover and the counter. The nature of this administration is good for us because.
This is what everybody's saying. This brother said, I keep telling everyone he got the ear of Farrakhan. This person said the enemy of our enemy is our friend. The enemy of our enemy is our friend. This person said this man tells the truth no matter how bad it hurts. But that's why, guys, this so-called rejuvenation of a black community, I don't see it. It ain't gonna happen in our lifetime. Let's see what he say here.
What I'm saying. Now,
hold tight.
I'm gonna say some things. I just want you to bear with me because with Trump, what you see is what you got.
Right. And see, guys, here's the benefit of Donald Trump. Donald Trump, in my opinion, is one of the last old school mavericks, a black man. He's a silent generation. Not a boomer, but he's a silent generation. But he's from that generation of men that say word is bond. They said what they meant what they said. But this generation don't say what they mean or mean what they say. They say one thing and do something totally different. And that's why so many resonate with Trump.
Now listen. Now, white people are hurting because the rise of black people is really shaking a lot of white people up. I mean, imagine if you owned a plantation and all your Negroes on the plantation say, yassa, yassa, boss, every morning, yassa, boss. And all of a sudden, one day, what? Listen to what I'm saying. So whenever I think Mr. Trump is ready to hear what I have to say, now he must know that when I speak, I am not just speaking for Louis Farrakhan and a few Negroes. You got to know who I represent. I represent God, Allah, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, the great Mahdi. And I represent his messenger, Messiah. And once again, I respect Farrakhan, but from a theological position, I respectfully disagree with him. I love Farrakhan, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that part, but I do respect Farrakhan. I don't believe that. I believe Christ is the master teacher. I believe he was more than a prophet. I believe he was the son of God. Even I don't live it like I should. That's what I believe, but nonetheless, keep listening. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I don't need to say any more. Just who I represent should let you know that you're going to have to hear from me sooner or later. And that's what's happening, guys. 2000 left a lot of people broken mentally. It left a lot of people broken mentally. A lot of people were struggling financially, and a lot of people were impacted. And now all of a sudden, black folks are trying to wake up.
There are some in this country.
Those that disagree, guys, are beginning to wake up. Many are waking up because they see things for what it is. They're beginning to see things for what it is because they realize what they were told was not necessarily what they got. They realized what they were told was not necessarily what they got. And now because of all of this, even some liberals are beginning to see the shenanigans of Joe Biden. How can you ride for a president, record inflation, pushing liberal agendas, disempowering men, and making women leaders over their men, but then they got the same women that say come back and save the black community when you got a woman that said the black women are the backbone of the black community. Look how offensive that is.
Who are upset that they believe the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan supports or endorsed Donald Trump. And based on what I read of his comments about Mr. Trump, it was far from an endorsement as Satan is from God. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that Donald Trump is the first politician in America's history that has said to the powers that be.
Shout out to my man, Gregory Scotland again for a 10 for the 10. Gregory said that we need more black men to make their own decisions, not to continue to follow the black woman. She's about herself, not the whole. Yes, sir, many are like that, brother, sadly.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right?
Channel, guys. Thank you.
you can keep your money. There's never been a president that said to the financial establishment of this nation, I don't want a dime from you. I will finance my own campaign. And because he is so independent, he is that type of threat to the establishment. And that's why they're doing everything within their power to bring him down. But he also said Donald Trump would take America to hell on a rocket ship.
Well, you know, Trump, it's interesting. He was endorsed by the ex-head of the KKK, and he thought that was a good thing. Kept telling everybody he didn't know who the guy was, but he had spoken about him back in the year 2000. And now maybe Trump doesn't understand whether or not he should appreciate Farrakhan liking him, or whether he should come out and say, hey, there is no way I want this guy on my team. But Farrakhan should, quite frankly, understand that when Trump becomes president, if he does, all the things he said he liked disappear, because Trump no longer can spend his own money to get things done as he does as a private business owner. It now becomes what Congress allows him to spend.
I think we have to be very clear that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is under no illusion of inclusion. What he is saying, he appreciates the fact that a man has come along that can say to the powers that be, I don't want your money. He's not endorsing him. He doesn't even like Donald Trump, because he said very clearly that this man is pulling the onion back of hate in America and exposing.
Well, I don't know if I didn't necessarily agree with that. I mean, you can't, I disagree with the brother on that, because he is endorsing Donald Trump. You listen to it yourself. He sounds like he's endorsing Trump to me.
Exposing these folks who are taking off the mask to show just how racist they are in this nation.
Well,
Minister Farrakhan is telling the world and exposing to the world
hates people
that
too.
Farrakhan
wants
money
people to
has
kill people.
corrupted the political structure of America.
Farrakhan is a guy that suggests killing people. I've heard that before.
That's not what he said. Minister Farrakhan said that we as black people have a right to self-defense.
So is he
and
just,
if the
is
government,
he just kind of making that
one
up?
second, no. What he says that if the government has a right to declare war on terrorism and its terrorists, that we have a right, if the government does not protect us, to declare war on those who commit acts of terrorism against us.
Both of these guys are talking just to get people fired up in the audience. Trump is doing it, and Farrakhan is doing it, because they both know damn well neither one wants those things to actually happen.
But Matt, the reason why you don't like Donald Trump, because guys like you also on the payroll of the establishment, so you can't speak against them. Donald Trump is free,
Actually,
and that's why y'all don't want to control Donald Trump.
Actually,
because you can't control him.
I am a business owner, so I ain't on nobody's payroll. iHeartRadio and I have made a deal, and that's why I'm with them.
And they are part of the establishment, and that's why they too don't want to see Donald Trump become president. I don't either. I think the man's a nutbag. But remember, he has the power to speak his mind because he's financially free.
Interesting. Listen to this.
Mr. Trump is an anomaly. He's someone that doesn't fit the norm. You expected a man to be like the other presidents. You wanted him to be more presidential. He's so transparent. You wanted him to put on a suit and act dignified, like the thieves and robbers that dress in suits and tell lies. You wanted him to be like that. And you're angry because he's your reflection. He's an anomaly. You can't make.
And he is an anomaly. That's why so many were angry when he became president the last time. Like I said, Trump is a politician. They're all politicians. I trust them with a limited perspective. If his policies are not against me and the establishment of traditional men and women and black men and women, then I don't have a problem with them, because they're all politicians.
Make him what you desire him to be so that you can say, oh, that's my president. He wasn't made that way. God has him here. What did you say, Farrakhan? Do you think think that God is not interested in who is president of the United States of America? Especially when it's out of the time of evil? It's in our time now? Mr. Trump, he's like a gangster.
And remember, I told you guys, Trump is like a maverick. He's like one of the last mavericks, or one of the last archetype of masculinity. He's one of the last archetypes of traditional masculinity. Men that say what they want to say and they do what they want to do. And that's why the right or the left has a problem with them. And that's why some of the right don't like him, because the right are rhinos. They're Republicans in name only. They're really no different than the alt-left.
What? Just a minute, you know. If so-and-so's, I bombed the you-know-what out of them. Huh? Brother, man, this guy here. And you know what? He's real.
Beautiful. Interesting. Listen to this.
Mr. Trump is an anomaly. That'll kind of shake you up, man. Now they out there shook. I turn on my TV and there they are, arguing with our police people. If they did that years ago, we'd have had them up in a tree or something. So when Mr. Trump said, let's make America great again, they say he means let's make America really white again. Bring back the great days. Now, do we have a picture of the Confederate flag? Oh, I wish you did, and put it up on the board. There it is. What a flag. That'll kind of shake you up, man. Now they out there shook. I turn on my TV and there they are, arguing with our police. Mr. Trump.
Beautiful. Now the reason I show.
All right, guys. I'm going to show you something else, and we're going to get deeper into it. We're going to get deeper into it, but I'm going to listen to what this brother said about
why don't people get it?
Why so many are tripping over Trump. Hold tight.
Cheering him on. If I said the same thing that Louis Farrakhan said, they'd be talking crazy about me, talking about they're trying to make excuses for why I'm right. And I just like when I hear people think, why don't people get it? See, when Louis Farrakhan said what he said, they were hooping and cheering him on. If I said
and once again, guys, many times white liberals tend to over-pathologize victimization. But many times black conservatives tend to minimize the impact of systemic issues. Now, I do tend to agree more with traditional conservatives. They're a little bit more balanced, but they're not balanced enough. And so they believe in pulling yourself up by the bootstrap. And even though in theory that might be true, but in reality, it's not always the case. If you don't believe me, look at the black farmers. The black farmers in America that did pull themselves by the bootstrap and never got reprieve. The black business owners, they were trying to get contracts to build buildings, but however, I do believe more with the traditional conservative party, more so than the current parties now.
the same thing that Louis Farrakhan said, they'd be talking crazy about me, talking about they're trying to make excuses for why I'm right. And I just like when I hear people who are in the community actually get up and tell the truth. But I have to say this again. I don't really like Louis Farrakhan. I think he's a race baiter. I think he's a racist. And it's sad that these people spend their whole life career making the world out to be an anti-black scenario.
Shout out to Gregory Scotland once again. Gregory said, Kosher, we see a masculine young man totally trigger some hyenas on 8 at the Table podcast. Shows how masculinity is a threat. I got to check that out, brother. Send it to me, Gregory. You got my email. Shout out to Gregory Scotland for the 5. Thank you, sir.
I just want to say this for the record. White folks ain't worried about you no more. Maybe 100 years ago, white people were worried about black people. White people ain't worried about black people. The system ain't just concocted just to hurt black people. Because, see, when it was only white people and black people that were the biggest majority, then, yeah, you could say maybe the Congress was set up for this and set up for that. Now we got other minority examples of them doing well in America. Asians doing well. Africans doing well. Not African Americans. There's African Americans that do well, but I'm saying when you look at the numbers of Africans that come here to America, they generally do better than African Americans. We got Mexicans come over here doing better than y'all. So when you look at the...
But he don't understand. But see, people don't understand how what's called transgenerational trauma work. Black people were better when they were unified because they had God, family, and faith. They had God, family, and community. God, family, and community. Those immigrants that come over here have God, family, and community. Some believe, some believe in Islam, some believe in animism, some believe in Christianity. But those three pillars are intact. Black people in the South once had that. We don't have it anymore. And that's why, guys, it's such a major struggle now. Because, guys, in the past, this is what we had, guys. We had this in the past. And that's where we used to be. That's where we used to be. But oh, and woe have we mightily fallen. And these liberal policies are destroying the black community and they're making it a permanent underclass. Once again, I'm not saying Trump is perfect. I'm not saying Trump is perfect at all. Let me get back to it. Hold tight, guys. But in the meantime, guys, KosherBot, I want you to educate the people, KosherBot.
Men for Trump is a movement.
I want you to educate the people, KosherBot. So, KosherBot, you know what your job is. I need you to educate the masses, guys. Hold tight. KosherBot, load the machine.
Yes, Master Kosher, at your service. Right away. Black Men for Trump is a movement that aims to promote the support of African American men for President Donald Trump. The movement has gained attention and sparked debates within the political landscape. Many African American men have openly expressed their support for President Trump, citing his economic policies and criminal justice reforms as key reasons for their endorsement. They believe that his policies have created jobs and economic opportunities, thus benefiting the African American community. Moreover, some argue that President Trump's criminal justice reforms, such as the First Step Act, have brought much-needed changes to the system and have been beneficial to African Americans who have been disproportionately affected by harsh sentencing laws. Black Men for Trump has organized events, rallies, and social media campaigns to spread their message and encourage more African American men to support President Trump. They believe that it is important to challenge the assumption that all African Americans vote for Democratic candidates, highlighting the diversity of political thought within the community. However, the movement has faced criticism and backlash from those who argue that President Trump's rhetoric and actions have been divisive and harmful to minority communities. Some believe that his policies do not address the root causes of systemic racism and inequality. The debate surrounding Black Men for Trump highlights the complexity and diversity of political views within the African American community. It raises important questions about the impact of policy decisions on different groups within society and emphasizes the need for open and respectful dialogue.
And see, guys, they always try to blend in intersectionalism and equality from a liberal perspective with the struggles of black people. Listen to what this woman said. Shout out to my man Top Gun for the 5. Good to see you, brother. He said Friday night, getting a little fire from my mind and enjoying the Kosher Kush and Tennessee's whiskey. Salute to the chat. Shout out to Top Gun. Thank you, sir.
Policies do not address the root causes of systemic racism and inequality. The debate surrounding Black Men for Trump highlights the complexity and diversity of political views within the African American community. It raises important questions about the impact of policy decisions on different groups within society and emphasizes the need for open and respectful dialogue on these issues.
All right, guys, let's get back to why so many are voting for Donald Trump. And we're going to speed this up a little bit because I got things to do. So hold tight.
Spectrum of what's going on. The country isn't against you. You're against you. You're the ones got dirt all over. You know, you got trash all over your community. You're the one spray painting and graffiti and stuff. You're the one gang banging on your street, shooting your brother and sister. You doing that. Look, Johnny down the street selling y'all drugs, not the white man. Look, look, Tyrone in there pumping and sweating and not taking care of his responsibilities. What do they have to do with the white man? Y'all the one worried about black men marrying white women. White people ain't worried about y'all. Y'all the one stressed out over that. Y'all the one bashing your own men. Y'all the one want to be strong and independent, and I'm just a lot to handle for a man. And then you single and sad, and you blaming the white man. Y'all the ones mess up your own community opportunity. That's not, when I grew up, there was not a white person in sight unless it was a cop or a person working in the school system. And you look around and say, well, why is all the devastation? It's because you're a part of that. You don't value your own community. You don't value relationships. You don't value raising your children right. You still believe in antiquated practices of beating your kids for no reason. You're the one that are doing that. You're the one bought into the system. You're the one still voting for Democrats. You're the one sending your kids to school in a failing school where you can homeschool your children. You're the one voting for policies that's detrimental to your community. Policies that leave open borders. So black people that's barely making it, not all black people, the ones who are struggling, now they got the Mexicans coming over here and being in front of you. They in front of the line before you can get, you finna go broke, barely putting food on the table.
And he's correct. I agree with the brother on that aspect. They continue to vote against their own best interests because black people tend to be, not all, but many tend to be very emotional. They tend to be very emotional. They don't think logical.
Wages ain't going up, but that inflation going up, they come right over here and get 100% coverage medical insurance.
And like I told you guys, they are slowly but surely making the people that built this country a permanent underclass. And these white liberals will use whatever talking points with inclusion to continue to use black people as a prompt to step on them, and they're going to step on you and spit you out. They're going to step on you and spit you out. I'm a black man first before I'm a professional black man. And while, once again, I'm apolitical and I'm neither Democrat or Republican, one is worse to the establishment of black families and our ancestors than the other.
They go work on the job, fake a workman's comp issue, change their whole identity. They ain't got no social security number. They change their identity 4 or 5 times, get workman's comp for 3, 4 jobs. And you still vote for the man that think that makes sense. Don't blame nobody else. Louis Farrakhan, thank you for things. Why don't people?
Mr. Trump. The nature of this administration is good for us. Because of Trump's way, he is an anomaly. There's never been no president quite like Mr. Trump. There's something that he's doing. Trump is destroying every enemy that was an enemy of our rise. Who's the enemy of our rise? Is it the Department of Justice, where we get none? Is it Congress, where you make a law that favors us and then you turn around and destroy it? Is it the media that has destroyed every black leader that stood up for us? Martin Luther King suffered it. Malcolm suffered it. He's attacking the media, calls it fake news. We have been the victims of some fake news.
Yes.
He's beating up the FBI. Go at it, baby. Yeah. They've been beating the hell out of us ever since J. Edgar Hoover and the counter. The nature of this administration is good for us because of.
All right, guys. Now, there was a situation where they said that Trump was in Atlanta for Chick-Fil-A. Hold tight. Trump was in Chick-Fil-A. Some say it was staged. I don't know. But, of course, people do everything in their power to discredit anything. And maybe, once again, some are getting it. Maybe some are getting it. But we know the majority won't get it. Because emotions matter more than reality, sadly. Emotions matter more than reality, sadly.
So can I have 30 milkshakes and also some chicken? I'm going to take care of the customers. Is business good? You're making a lot of money? Everyone's getting rich, right? Excellent. Thanks. Thank you very much. Look at the way you hold. You like each other, right? I think that's very nice.
Once again, Trump is a businessman. And black people need to start having a business mindset. But see, liberals use black women as prompts to play on their solipsism so that they can continue to destroy traditional families and traditionalism. And they don't see it. And many don't care.
Thank you very much. So we'll order 30 milkshakes. We'll give them out to the people and we'll take some for ourselves, okay? Not letting them rig this election.
Once again, guys, there were some that had an issue with what this man was trying to do. There were some that had an issue with what he was doing. Some had an issue with what he is trying to do. Some had an issue. Because he's talking about power, and he's talking about money, and he's talking about business. Some had an issue with it. Some I don't understand.
Yes, sir. You know why? You're not letting them rig this election.
Social media pages dedicated to giving news to black people went rabid at the sight. President Donald Trump down to the Chick-Fil-A, and some of their followers swooped in and ate this PR move up like it was chicken tenders with no
Chick-fil-A sauce? No Chick-fil-A sauce.
And I was disgusted.
Right, but were you disgusted when Hillary Clinton said she wanted hot sauce? Were you disgusted when Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black? You got these same, some of these same goofy people that do the same things over and over and over again. They're quiet when one does it, but not quiet when the other does it. I'm balanced, but they're not balanced.
Dismayed and disappointed that the people who thought this was real failed to do any due diligence to fact check what was
And guys, if you look at this guy, y'all know what time it is. He appears to be alphabet, and he appears to be. Not saying he is, but he appears to be. But you do your own research.
Right in front of their face, baby. This ain't Texas, and we don't shuck and jive like that in Atlanta. Not in America's Black Mecca, and most certainly not on this internet for free. This lovely young lady, seen here embraced, gripped, and grifted in the geriatric arms of Donald John Trump, is Michaela Montgomery, political consultant and former GOP intern. Baby, this ain't Texas, and this wasn't real. This was premeditated and planned, all of it down to the milkshake, which brought no one to the yard. No one that wasn't paid to be there for like in the first place. If you know Atlanta, you know you don't even go through the West End to get to Buckhead. But Trump did for a really brilliant PR move, make no mistake about it, aimed at uninformed, uneducated, or willfully ignorant black voters.
Also, right, sir. Just like, the people that voted for Joe Biden. Once again, Trump is a politician. It does appear, maybe it was a publicity stunt. But where's that same heat for the same Hillary Clinton that said that about she loved hot sauce and chicken, which is racist. Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. They're all politicians. And then them using you as a prompt and a proxy to continue to destroy traditional black families.
In the hood, as he would say. So
stand back and stand by.
And stay woke. The AI, the paid actors, the shucking and the jiving is only going to get more egregious as we move towards November. Social media pages dedicated to giving news to black people went rabid at the sight. President Donald Trump down to the Chick-Fil-A, and some of their followers swooped in and ate this PR move up like it was chicken tenders with no...
Let me tell you something about Donald Trump, okay? He thinks very fucking little of black people, right? He's
Donald Trump thinks very little of black people, but Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. You see how they use the psychic mind tricks? Once again, guys, I don't care for either politician, but I do care about the policy. You should care about the policy. Don't care about the person, but you should care about the policy. You act like one is better than the other. Donald Trump, in my opinion, even if he is a fraud, is better than Joe Biden. He's superior to Joe Biden, in my opinion.
He says, oh, they'll love me for my mugshot. They'll love me for my...
All right, that's music on that.
Sure did. Much better than Biden did, so I was like, this is Clark Atlanta, this is Spelman, this is Morehouse, this is Morris Spelman, all came in. So I don't care what the media tells you, Mr. Trump. We support you. Okay, 4 p.m. We've been 4 p.m.
Come here, let me give you a...
Please
Holy smokes, you're not going to believe this, but
You won't believe what just happened at a Chick-Fil-A in Atlanta, Georgia. And if you are someone in this country, you might not be aware of this, but there's something happening, a huge change in the demeanor of every...
And listen what this person said. This person got saying the same thing I've said. Democrats don't trust black folks anymore. That's why they're letting all these illegal immigrants try to replace us. They're trying to turn black people into a permanent underclass. This person said they would never make the mainstream news, but God forbid they show Trump as a man that he really is. And some said, sadly, Democrats in our government will steal the election again.
Every single citizen. Check out what happened recently in a Chick-fil-A in Atlanta, Georgia.
See everybody. How you doing, Trump? I'm doing good. I love you, man.
Just listen.
Everybody having a good time? Get ready. Yeah, I'll give you one. Can I have 30 milkshakes? And also some chicken. I'm going to take care of the customers. Business good? Making a lot of money? Everyone can get rich, right? Thanks very much. Look at where you home. They like each other, right? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I'm going to get rid of Biden. He is the worst president in the history of the United States, and he's horrible to the black community.
And whether you like him or not, he is horrible because he hasn't done anything. He pushed more pro-alphabet policies than anything, and he promoted more black women ahead of black men. And then on top of that, whether you like Trump or not, his policies never hurted you if you're a business owner.
Check out his record in the 1990s. Check out his record in the 1990s. You're economically what's for us. Yes. Well, opportunity. Best job numbers ever.
the first step act. Let's talk about it.
And the colleges and universities. Yeah. You got the whole thing down.
So I think we all know what's about to happen. Let's go.
holy smokes, you're not going to believe this, but
I think it's time for us to talk about Michaela Montgomery. Y'all know.
And look, guys. Let's say if it was planned, they say it was planned. Okay, fine. You don't think these liberal plan and stage stuff? They all do it. So look at the pot called Michaela Black.
I know the Chick-Fil-A Michaela. Michaela was just interviewed by a Fox News host who looks like me and her. I want y'all to listen to this part.
see people showed up
in support of him. And people, of course, were from all four institutions within the AUC, the local HBCU community in Atlanta, and they all showed up in support of him. So it's actually kind of crazy to see people in an uproar when all four institutions were legitimately represented, and all four institutions were represented by said students who wanted to support President Trump.
So clearly, this was staged because she said that they showed up to support Trump, meaning they knew that he was going to be there. Now let's check out Michaela's LinkedIn profile. Michaela is a political consultant, director of outreach and engagement, and she's a founder of a group called Conserve the Culture, a Republican group. Oh, but there's more. Currently, she is the city director of the Blexit Foundation. She's been a director for them for about 2 years now. Let me tell you who the founders are. That would be Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum. Oh, isn't that a beautiful picture of her and Governor Kemp? From what I gathered, Michaela has been in the Republican circle since 2017. Of course this shit was planned. Don't hate us for calling out Trump and his team's bullshit.
Yeah, but yet, guys, they are silent on issues that are pertinent to them.
Hitting up a Chick-Fil-A in Atlanta.
What good-looking people, wow. So can I have 30 milkshakes? And also some chicken. And we're going to take care of the customers. Business good? Making a lot of money? Everyone get rich, right? Thanks. Thank you very much. Look at the way you hold. You like each other, right? I think that's very nice.
People like Trump because Trump likes people. It's that simple. Being around Trump's fun. And Johnny was right. The love is real.
I don't care what the media tells you, Mr. Trump. We support you.
We love you.
Okay, 4 p.m. We've been 4 p.m.
Come here, let me give you a hug.
Please
The dictator on day one hoax and the fine people hoaxes just got cooked like a sack of waffle fries. These are genuine interactions that you cannot fake. You'll never see videos like this on the news. It's too real.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. We're going to get rid of Biden.
Today, Donald Trump showed what...
This is more house, this is more than all things. So I don't care what the media.
And you know, God, there was a time where a lot of entertainers respected Trump. Now, some got issues with Trump because he was part of the New York Five. But so were others against the New York Five. But minus that, Trump has always been venerated by blacks in entertainment.
Come here, let me give you a hug. That's really nice. No, we did. We took care of the black colleges, universities are taken care of now. And she understands it. A lot of people don't understand it. Biden did nothing for them, and I did. Yes, sir. I did everything.
Tell them how y'all been suffering, y'all.
But a lot of young black Americans like the former president. What is it about him?
I think, and this is a sentiment I get a lot coming from the young people themselves, is that they feel like he's honest. They feel like this is somebody.
But a lot of young black Americans like the former president. What is it about him?
I think, and this is a sentiment I get a lot coming from the young people themselves, is that they feel like he's honest. They feel like this is somebody who, while we might not agree with how he says things, how he goes about things, at least he's telling us what it is. We don't feel like this is a snake in the grass waiting for his chance to bite us. This is somebody who's telling us, this is what my plan is, here's how I plan to execute it, here's the people involved, and here's how you can get involved. So they just feel like he's more relatable. And I don't say that to say that, like, you know, they all relate to him. But again, he gives you that relatable feeling to where it's like, hey, I'm just like you. You know me. This is what you said you wanted.
here's what I'm going to try to do about it. They really feel like this is somebody who's talking to them and not just saying what they want to hear.
But a lot of young black Americans like the former president. What is it about him?
I'm always looking out for the black people, the African American, my African Americans. I went to the Chick-Fil-A in Atlanta and I bought everybody there chicken and milkshakes because I know how much they love chicken. And look, I love chicken too, but I'm more of a KFC guy. But I went to the Chick-Fil-A because I wanted to support my African Americans. And they really turned up.
But here's the problem. Chick-fil-A is mostly operated and ran by whites. You got more white people at Chick-fil-A than blacks. But once again, where was the commentary, sir? Where was the commentary? Where was the commentary about Hillary Clinton talking about chicken and hot sauce? And where was the commentary about Joe Biden saying, if you don't vote for me, you're not black?
Black. I'm always looking out for the black people, the African American, my African Americans. I went to the Chick-fil-A in Atlanta and I bought everybody there chicken and milkshakes because I know how much they love chicken. And look, I love chicken too, but I'm more of a KFC guy. But I went to the Chick-fil-A because I wanted to support my African Americans. And they really turned up and turned out. And look, my African American woman here, she wanted the milkshake and she said, thank you. And I said, don't thank me because I know the song about milkshakes bringing the boys to the yard. And I told her, I said, hey, you're going to have a lot of boys in your yard, especially if you tell them that I gave you that milkshake. And there's another one of my African-American women. She had such nice things to say. So I said, come over here and give me a hug. And she did. She gave me a really big hug. And see, I was a little uncomfortable because she hugged me a little too tight and a little too long. And I could smell the cocoa butter getting on my neck. So I just kind of moved her out of the way and patted her on the shoulder. And I said, hey, I really do appreciate it. And I love those braids. I could use those as velvet ropes at Mar-a-Lago. I'm telling you, the black women, they love me. They always have. I know I said I'm like a Nelson Mandela, but I think I'm more like a Denzel Washington. But overall, it was a great visit to the Chick-fil-A in Atlanta, Georgia. Seeing these beautiful black women happy to be close to me. And I made a lot of them happy by buying those milkshakes. Real easy to make them happy. But I will say I was really glad to get that whole thing over with so I could get around a bunch of my people. And by that I mean, you know what I mean.
Black woman goes viral for what she said to Trump inside Chick-fil-A restaurant.
Man, President Trump, this is right on time. I'll be dedicating my lunch today to a Chick-fil-A spicy deluxe meal with waffle fries and no salt and a drink of an Arnold Palmer lemonade sweet tea mix. Play the clip. Man, this guy is amazing, man. Check him out. The man of the people. Good man. I'm going to eat my lunch joyfully today. Such a good man.
And also some chicken.
Big difference between the two, Biden and Trump.
Making a lot of money. Getting rich, right?
They seem to be having a good time.
Look at the way you hold. You like each other, right? I think that's very nice. Have a good time. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. So we'll order 30 milkshakes. We'll give them out to the people and we'll take some for ourselves, okay? Good. Thank you very much, everybody. Hello. This has got a great America.
President Trump is the man of the people.
I told y'all. I told y'all. I told y'all. Shout out to Rusty B for letting me know that there is confirmation for what I told y'all. Okay, y'all remember this?
But yet, guys, they continue to vote against the greater collective. Ice Cube showed it. When it came down to a percentage of black women, I'm not gonna say all of them, but a percentage, they didn't identify as being in unison with black men. They saw themselves as a separate entity. And so, after 4 years of the CV-19, the beer virus, record inflation, immigrants coming to this country, you got foolish women like this that continue to push propaganda. Once again, it's the policy, guys. It's the policy.
4 p.m. 4 p.m.
Come here, let me give you a
I told y'all that I believed that this was a planned thing. They saw this woman. They said, be at the Chick-Fil-A at this time. Do this, and this, and we'll pay you $1,000. We'll pay you $5,000. Well, Rusty B got down in my comments and said, Tabitha, head on over to my page. The Midas Touch has dropped the bomb on this foolishness right here. She's a MAGA operative. Her name is Michaela Montgomery. She is the person at the Chick-fil-A who hugged Trump. Now, if we really think...
Nothing wrong with it. All politicians are politicians. Let's say she was an agent or part of MAGA. What's the problem? That's no different than him using Cardi B and using entertainers to push his own silly agenda. Or using the alphabet to push his agenda. I mean, I don't understand what the problem is. Sounds very hypocritical to me.
Think about it. We all know Donald Trump to be a germaphobe, right? And he just out of the blue gonna hug some strange black woman. That should have cued my suspicion right there. But anywho, Michaela runs her own conservative group, which is probably all of the people that were there with her, clapping and cheering her on. They are probably part of her group. She also was a Republican intern for Candace Owens' fund called Blexit. Y'all remember that. These Trump photo ops are pre-staged with supporters prior to his arrival. So like I said, they met up with this girl, said, I'll pay you $1,000, $5,000 to be at...
Man, President Trump...
I told y'all, conservative group, which is probably all of the people that were there with her, clapping and cheering her on. They are probably part of her group. She also was a Republican intern for Candace Owens' fund called Blexit. Y'all remember that. These Trump photo ops are pre-staged with supporters prior to his arrival. So like I said, they met up with this girl, said, I'll pay you $1,000, $5,000 to be at this Chick-fil-A at this time and do this, and this. Child, this is her. All hugs and smiles with Brian Kemp. My cookies are just about done in the oven.
Sure did.
So by now you may have seen a news segment that included Donald J. Trump spontaneously walking into a Chick-fil-A and being welcomed with open arms by random black people.
The Chick-fil-A event. This was an event to behold. Now, everything you've heard about Donald Trump in the press is that he's like this dangerous racist. He waltzes in there, orders food, and about a dozen African-American women flock to him and take selfie.
It didn't seem spontaneous to me for a number of reasons. First, the Secret Service would have to go in and do a sweep of the area to make sure that nobody was armed or a threat to the former president. So two of my buddies over on Threads, Oliver Willis of American Independent and Craig Harrison at Media Matters, did a little bit of detective work and posted it, and I said, I'm making a video, so here's the video.
What the media tells you, Mr. Trump, we support you. Okay, 4 p.m. We've been 4 p.m.
Come here, let me give you a...
So that woman's name is Michaela Montgomery, and she is a political consultant. Here is her resume on LinkedIn. So here it says she's the founder of Conserve the Culture, which is a grassroots organization, and that will be confirmed in a moment. She's also worked with the Blexit Foundation, which was founded by Candace Owens, who most Republicans would even call an extremist. Point out here this is the description of her job. She says she does things called hype squads and social media, which this might have been a hype squad. It's hard to know. Now, she also met with Lawrence Jones to talk about this incident, and she said this.
Young woman herself, Michaela Montgomery. She's also the founder of a grassroots political group to conserve the culture.
It's very welcome. People were excited to see him. People showed up in support of him, and people, of course, were from all 4 institutions within the AUC, the local HBCU community in Atlanta, and they all showed up in support of him.
So based on the language she used there, that did not look at all spontaneous. It looked like it was a well-organized, pre-planned event, which is perfectly fine if they were transparent about it, which of course they were not.
Was he talking about, did one of the workers have a nose ring, and that's what he was saying? I love when Trump does this kind of stuff. It's so fun.
But in contrast, just like when we showed you the funeral with Donald Trump there, with the people mourning with them, as Joe Biden is with all the celebrities across the street, Donald Trump went to a Chick-Fil-A yesterday and was talking with the workers, and it was such an organic moment because you had all these people that obviously knew that the president was there, but were Trump supporters as well.
Also some chicken, and we're going to take care of the customers.
So he asked, are you a Republican? And she said yes.
Was he talking about, did one of the workers have a nose ring, and that's what he was saying? I love when Trump does this kind of stuff. It's so funny. Remember after his first court appearance, he went to that Cuban restaurant?
That's right.
Cuban food for everybody. Now it's Chick-fil-A and milkshakes for everybody.
So the second part of it I thought was really telling. Number one, unscripted. You have a very scripted press conference out there in the Rose Garden with the Chinese Prime Minister. And
that young woman herself.
All right, guys.
I saw a video of Trump in Chick-fil-A.
This is the last one.
It caught my attention because it was odd that a black woman was hugging Trump. No, let me rephrase that. It was odd that Trump was allowing a black person near him at all. Then I found out it was all fake. So the trader goes to Atlanta for a fundraiser with millionaires. But first, he wants to show how much of a racist he isn't.
Nice to see everybody.
And that's the only talking point, guys, they got. You know, he's a racist, but let's say if he is a racist, is he any different than the racist in the White House that says something totally different? I mean, it's just baffling, guys.
Also some chicken.
Can you get 30 milks?
That's baffling, guys. I'm gonna show you guys these clips real quick, and I'm gonna end this stream, guys. Thank you to those that are watching it and listening. And I'm going to end this stream in a minute because I got things to do and I got to eat, guys. But let's go back up and look at all the Trump hoopla.
This administration is good for us. Because of Trump's way, he is an anomaly. There's never been no president quite like Mr. Trump. There's something that he's doing. Trump is destroying every enemy that was an enemy of our rise. Who's the enemy of our rise? Is it the Department of Justice where we get none? Is it news?
My rollers called me racist, but these rappers riding. Shopping Sosa, Benny Butcher, them my rollers called me racist, but these rappers riding with me, them my soldiers. Mag.
Bigger, but they ain't got no Jew, but I will never.
I'm sorry, Trump, I ain't vote for you last time. They was hating on you spreading lies last time. Made me relate.
Dear Trump.
Now, whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
I'm black.
I'm black. And I'm black.
Yes, I'm black. I'm black.
I'm black.
I'm black.
I'm black.
I am black.
I'm black.
I'm black.
I'm black.
If you couldn't tell, we're black.
I'm black. I'm black.
I'm black.
I'm black.
I'm black.
Trump won 2016 and 2020. He won big and he won black. And that's why they're panicked. That's the real reason why they're panicked, because so many black people, particularly black men, saw the scam of the Democrat Party with their poverty programs, which is taking public money, putting it in private pockets. It never gets to the people. When you go in any, like this, particularly Nancy Pelosi's district, is full of homeless black people on the streets, dying, living in shit, and she's calling Trump a racist.
Very true. But they won't talk about that.
Well, to see Black Lives Matter leader Mark Fisher to now endorse Donald J. Trump for president of the United States of America is a big thing. I mean, this is just simply showing how black men in America are seeing themselves through the two-tiered injustice system that is happening to Donald J. Trump. by the Joe Biden administration. I mean, this is something that has been happening to black men for 400 years, and yet we're seeing it happening to a former president of the United States of America. The fact that famed rapper Waka Flocka just endorsed Donald Trump, and you're seeing other notable black men and women in this nation that are now speaking up positively over Donald Trump for president of the United States of America. The president is not fighting for one race, he's fighting for the American race. This is why he's becoming so popular amongst all races in this nation, but particularly the black community. The Democratic Party is losing their stronghold by painting the picture that Donald Trump is a racist and not for our people. Clearly, that is a lie.
Wow. I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time.
So if Donald Trump was standing in front of you right now, what would you say to him?
Go Trump!
And if Joe Biden was standing in front of you, what would you say to Joe Biden?
So I said, I'm going to go to a rally. And at the time, if you're black, you couldn't go to a rally because they'll kick you out and they're racist white people and all this stuff. And I said, you know, I'm a grown man at this point. You know, I'm not a kid no more. I can go and judge for myself. Let me go and see if this guy is as racist as they say he is. And if he is, I know I'm not going to vote for him. Went to a rally in Tucson, blew my mind. Blew my doggone mind. Everybody there was nice. It was like family. You had people of all race, all demographics, you know, people who were disabled, people who weren't, people who were veterans. I mean, you had people of all walks of life in there, having a good time, appreciating this country. The lunatics were the protesters. They were outside screaming at people. One of them called me a white supremacist, and I'm like, we're doomed if a black man is a white supremacist. And it just blew my mind. And then the media lied about everything, and I was there.
The left knows exactly how to bait black people because they use things like racism. The other day, Michelle Obama went on TV. She gave a whole speech, talked about how Trump was this and Trump was that.
And here's the problem, guys. The same one that says that one is a racist, they're just as racist themselves. You got a president that was complicit in the mass incarceration of black people. He's known to be an ardent racist, and Kamala Harris as well. But they use weaponizing language to play on your emotions, and they get you every time.
And at the very end of what she said, she made sure to say, and yes, it is racist. You know why? Because the minute you call anything racist or you add race into it, black people get emotional and they come out. Kamala did the same thing because they know how to bait black people in. Here's my thing, and I've told black people this before, who are Democrats. I don't try to convince Democrats to be Republican. What I try to convince them to do is know your history and read a little bit. Do your research. If you still want to vote Democrat, do what you do, but be an educated and an informed voter. Most Democrats can't tell you why they Democrats. They just hate Donald Trump. They can't even tell you what Biden did in 47 years, but they're going to vote for him. They can't tell you what Kamala did while she was in California, locking black people up left and right, but they're going to vote for her. When will the slaves get off the plantation? You know what happens when slaves...
Did you hear what he said? He's true. He's right. He's right. But they don't talk about that.
Slaves get off that plantation, the House just tell on.
I voted for Obama.
Yeah.
But Obama didn't do a thing for black people. He did something for immigrants, which most of is south of the border, Latin America. He did something for LGBT.
Yeah.
He did something for the white bankers, but he did nothing for black America. So no, we don't respect him in black America. Sorry.
Really?
No, we don't.
This dude, I don't even like Trump. I ain't vote for him, but I'll tell you what, I probably will next time. Because this dude seems to be turning black. The more he does, the more blacker he seems to get. Because they keep going after this dude for nothing. Sounds just like what they've been doing to black people for years. I'm going to tell you right now, if America ain't waking up and seeing the game that's going on, y'all ain't never going to get it. I mean, they've been after this man for everything under the sun. The more they go...
So do you guys feel like this country's going in a good direction? Do you guys feel proud to be Americans?
Yeah, I'm proud to be American, goddamn. I don't even know about politics. Personally, I'm proud to be American, goddamn me. I'm proud to be in my country and shit. I know if I was the president, it should be a whole lot different on my mama. Like,
Do you guys fuck with Trump or Biden or none of them?
I fuck with Trump.
You guys like Trump?
Even though the media was doing more than Biden. Even though the media was trying to do all that other shit. Trump was on some real shit. I vote for Trump. Nigga, I gas was $3 with Trump. Nigga, now I shit $6.
Are you voting for Trump? Yep. White supremacist. How? How can you say that? How can I say if you vote for Donald Trump, you're a white supremacist? How?
How? Because you support that man in office.
That's not an argument. I'm going to need proof that makes me a white supremacist. You're going to have to break down the argument.
That's not my job to say that.
You just accused me of being a white supremacist. You should be able to back that up.
Are you voting for Donald Trump?
I sure am.
That's my proof.
Are you voting for Joe
Emotional argument, guys.
Biden?
Yes, I am.
Then you're a pedophile.
No.
Yes, you are.
A pedophile.
You're a pedophile. How? You like to sniff kids?
Are you voting?
As black people, you know, we with Trump.
Yeah, I'm with Trump. I don't know what everybody got against him.
Yo, he was making the breadwinners, you heard?
I'm a Democrat too, but okay, we Trump. We need Trump back in office right now.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I with Trump, to be honest with you, bro, for real, Trump really did this shit. And I like him because he's about money. It wasn't about no politics. He wanted to make America great again. Through Trump.
That boy Trump be making sure to get their bread. I ain't gonna lie. I'm thinking Trump for life. Trump for life. I ain't gonna lie.
Love Donald Trump. Trump wanted us to get off our ass and get some money. Trump 2024.
It's the truth. He made everybody hold a piece of money. You know what I mean?
Trump really love ballers. So Trump running it how it's supposed to be ran.
yeah, Top Gun. I heard that, man. On my mama, yeah. Yeah, Top Gun, I heard that, man. Raekwon say on my mama. Yeah.
Yeah, put chain on them balls on my mom. They be broken balls. Kill some on my mom.
Bro,
they back me look like
gang. That's on my monkey. Gang. That's on my monkey. Gang. That's on my.
People just can't take it. And he putting out facts in front of the people. He ain't lying to the people. People just don't want to accept the truth.
Trump, man, we rocking with you. Love you, Trump. My dog. See what's up.
Trump put the money in our pocket.
Trump had the country on a better path as far as economically.
He put America first, so it makes sense. I like someone who like to play his people first.
Trump 2024, my brother.
They know they can't get him for none of the real shit. We get it, gang.
I ain't used to like that, but now, bro, I realize that he meant well for the country and shit, bro. We need that back. Free Trump. Trump 2024. They tricked y'all dumbass to get Trump out the chair, and now look how that shit done backfired on y'all dumbass. Trump got my back. Trump for life.
Donald Trump. He showed us love, and he didn't stop. 2024 Trump. Trump 2024. He from Baltimore.
I ain't gonna lie. Trump, my mother, dog.
As much as they talk shit about Trump, he's probably the best thing for America right now, no cap. Really.
Trump. My man Trump. He's gangster. I like him. I love him. Make America great again. Let's go.
Trump 2024, Trump 2028, Trump 2032. Man, listen, Trump for life.
He really supports veterans. I'm an Air Force veteran myself, so I really respect that because like no other president's really been actually sticking their neck out for us, and I really appreciate what he's been doing for the VA. And he's trying to keep us out of wars. You know, a lot of the things I thought he was going to do, like I thought he was going to get us into war with North Korea. That didn't happen. Thought he was going to get us into war with Iran. That absolutely didn't happen. And he's a real strategic genius, and I really mess with the dude. He's dope.
Are you going to vote for the president in 2020? It appears so.
That's not even. There's no question. That's why I'm here. I'm absolutely going to vote for him.
Were you a Trump supporter from day one?
Not at all. I believed everything the media told me. I believed. I drank the Kool-Aid, so to speak. And it got to the point where, the type of person I am, I like to know why.
And once again, guys, they play on emotions. Once again, I'm apolitical. I'm a policy advocate. I'm definitely not a Democrat, even though I was registered as one. And I'm not a Republican either. I'm apolitical. I'm a policy advocate. And I believe in policies that best support traditional men and traditional families.
I don't like someone. I was told that he's a racist, but let me get some evidence, right? So I can be able to debate Trump supporters when it comes down to this, and I can be able to beat them down with facts. Started doing my research, and I was like, okay, well, I agree with that he said. I like that what he said. I like that Paul said. I like this guy. I think I'm gonna go ahead and rock with this guy. So that's what I started doing, and I haven't stopped.
Video, it said black men for Trump, right? And so I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of Latino men for Trump too. And so let me ask you this, right? Why do you think that there are people that identify as black, identify as Latino that are rooting for Trump this way?
Why do I think what?
Why do you think people are rooting for Trump?
Because he benefited us. He did benefit us.
How?
He did. Trump, the gas was low, the food was low. The bills the way it is right now off the meat rack, it wasn't like that before when Trump was on the office. Think about it. Think about a couple of years back, your bills. Since Biden came in, he got rid of so many businesses in the United States that went out of state. Got rid of our money. Okay, think about that. Look at the stupid they're trying to do in Staten Island. Putting all these immigrants now in Staten Island.
Whoa,
which they just
whoa,
kicked them the fuck out.
whoa, sir. Everybody besides the indigenous population of American Indians are not native to this land. Everybody's an immigrant.
Listen, all the nationalities, the immigrants that came in, all the nationalities, whether it was Thailand, China, African, Mexico, all of them that came in illegally and didn't have to go through nothing like our ancestors had to. Our ancestors had to bust their ass to come into the United States to earn their citizenship. They went through it. You look at history, they went through it. Our great-great-grandparents, they went through it, bro. Why these people got a green pass, got money, got food stamps, got aid, medical aid, got free rent, got free hotel stay, got free clothing stay, and taxpayers got to pay for everything. Why? Why we have to do it? Why we have to?
Let me. Don't you dare talk about respect. That is a man who has no respect for anyone on this earth, and the fact that you're defending him on that speaks much more about your character and
Rick, I don't know you. Rick, I don't know you, but I would advise you to not question my character because you don't know me. But if you like to talk to me about my character and what I believe, I can.
And look at how they try to shame you. Don't want you to have a cogent thought or no thought processes at all, guys.
Have that conversation separately. But what I will say is if you're going to impugn the integrity of the president, do so on things that are relevant to him as a candidate and as the president, not things that have nothing to do with his presidency. That's all I'm saying. Continue to rabble.
Guys, no personal insults. No personal insults, please.
Trump or DeSantis?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I quit Trump, to be honest with you, bro, for real, Trump really did this shit. And I like him because he's about money. It wasn't about no politics. He wanted to make America great again. Through Trump. You know what Trump did for us? Ron DeSantis, they do shit for us.
I only know who Trump is.
So you rocking with Trump?
Hell yeah. That boy Trump be making sure get their bread. I ain't gonna lie.
So you thinking Trump 2024?
I'm thinking Trump for life.
Trump for life?
Yeah, Trump for life. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not sure black people deserve a second term of Trump, bro. He got Lil Wayne out of his jam. Kodak, he freed Kodak. He even freed the mayor of Detroit that was down for like 30-something years.
Everybody had turned their back
on him.
Kwame.
He freed Kwame.
And not only that, was it ASAP Rocky?
Yep, he got him out. Yep, he did.
He didn't have to do that.
He did.
He didn't have to do that at all. I think this time it's not for black people because it's too late for us to appreciate it. We could have set ourselves 10 years ahead of where we are now if we would have embraced him when he was in office those 4 years, elected him another 4, we would be vibrant.
But no.
But the fact is, did they vote him in and things were taken? But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. It's been a great show, guys. I appreciate you, the 17 that are watching and all the people that donate. Let me send special shout outs to everyone that donated on tonight. Shout out to Gregory Scotland. He's the #1 sponsor for the 20. Shout out to Gregory again for the 10. Shout out to Gregory Scotland again for the 5 for a total of $35. Shout out to Top Gun for the 5. Shout out to MC Recovery for the 2. And shout out to Top Gun as he and Gregory Scotland are the #1 sponsors of the stream. Guys, I'm doing some major things with this channel. I'm trying to grow my brand. I'm trying to get more views and likes. And I appreciate that everyone that's doing what they're doing. I'm working behind the scene on a lot of things. I even changed my banner. Go make sure y'all check out my banner art, guys. Actually, I'm going to show it to y'all. I think y'all like my new banner, man. I think y'all like my new banner, man. But I really appreciate everything that you dear brothers have done as I grow and as I evolve, because content creation is hard. I'm trying to come up with some different concepts. But guys, this is my new channel art, man. Hope y'all like it. That's a new channel art. If y'all like it, hit 1, man. I got that Leo swag. The electric line, that's what I call a digital line, man, on Cyber Drive. I think I like it's dope, man. I worked on that today. So if y'all like it, hit 1. But anyway, guys, I'm about to sign off. Thank you to everyone that tuned in on tonight. Thank you for taking your time out to look at the Kosher Clinician. And guys, we are about to sign off. And guys, once again, don't quit. Love yourselves. Keep fighting hard. Vote for yourself. Vote for policies that are beneficial to you and your family. And realize, guys, if you don't love yourself, no one else will. Be well.
When my friends go, it was simple. When the ends low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, then I strike. I go hard day and night, yeah. I go hard day and night. 1 to 1, no surprise. See the hate in their eyes. My brother's blood money bleed. I got the game in the squeeze. What would you do for some green? What would you do for some blues? Go pick and choose the family the cheese. Some people not built like that. Some people get killed like that. Pressure like water, lights, mortgage, and paying that bills like that. Now I got kids like that. No wonder why I feel like that. Some people go to war for nothing. Me, I go to war for some.
Before there was the manosphere, I was. Before there was the internet, I was.
When the ends low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, better strike. I go hard day and night. Money on the line, keep calling. Money on the books, need all that. My kids, they'll be ballin'. Got a real bankroll, not for Instagram. My mama on the line, keep calling. Praying for me, know I need all that. Told me it's not about ballin'. Real blessed, but I'm still sinning, man. What would you do for a win? What would you do for your friends? What if this life is a foe? What if it all pretend? What if you wrote to the end? What if you started again?
Fire! The Kosher Clinician. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and thank you, T. Gardner. And guys, we're gonna sign off. Y'all get y'all some rest. And guys, once again, we are signing off.
Left it to the bank like left it to the bank like
Guys, remember that the bank is really
I got it in 10s, 20, 50.
And if you're relying or expecting that the current political system is advantageous to you, you are delusional. We understand, guys, that politics is politics. And many times politics is politricks. But I encourage you guys to use these shows to think critically and analyze each pundit carefully and ask yourself the question, how does it benefit me? What say you?
Left it to the bank like go. Left it to the bank like I got it in 10s, 20, 50.
24 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock, guys. Bring it to you live from the greatest state in the union, the Tar Heel State. This has been another rendition of the Kosher Clinician and also the Segway, the Manhood Chronicles. Keep living, keep dreaming, and keep hope alive.
All black clothes like a medal. It's in this it's my grandmama, I'm a Nicky Nick. I just wanna love, but I've been hit or miss. I might up and leave, then I'll take a pic. Laugh it to the bank like laugh it to the bank like I got it in 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s.